And welcome to my tutorial on the Illustrator layout. Okay, basically, um, right, we're going to start by getting a new composition and we're going to call it layout tutorial. So, right, as you can see, you've got your settings of the pixels of how big it's going to be. 1 to 80 by 720, which is the typical standard like that's like high definition. Then as you can see, HDV by HDTV 720. So that basically means it's going to be made and recorded in HD and things. Then frame rate is 25, which is not bad. Or we could have 30. Then we've got a composition of 30. So let's have a white. So then we're gonna hit OK. Then we've got the transparent, and this is your workspace, which is part of the layer. Then down here we have our lock to lock layers and keyframes. We've got our label where you can label your keyframes. Then we've got the hide thing where we can hide material and this is where we can turn off the audio. And then this feature hides all non-solo thing. Then as you can see, we've got the layout here and stuff, and so we've got, this is the composition there, look, and I called it layout tutorial. Then we've got things like we can go layer, new, and you've got your layers. Then you can create a solid, you get layer, new solid. Then it's the dark grey solid, which is going to be the colour. You hit OK and it changes the colour. And then you've got all your that's how you've got your layer stuff. You can edit layers, create masks for layers. You can even make a layer 3D by going 3D layer, and you can change it. Then here you've got your effects panel. This is where you add your range of effects. You've got similar things to like Photoshop and stuff, like your blur and sharpen. You've got your color correction, your distort. You've got your text and things like that. You also got some stuff similar to Final Cut, like your transitions and your perspective and things like that. And then you can also, over here, this is like, you can also type in your effects over here. So if I wanted shatter, type in shatter, it's there. You come up and you drag it in, and that's like the effect there. So we'll just delete that. Then you've got like this is your workspace, like, and you can change the layout. Like at the moment we're on standard, but then there's like effects. It changes the whole layout, and that's basically does the Windows things for you. You can have stuff where it focuses on audio, or just brushes, and then there if you don't need your brushes, you can exit it, and you can just then you can turn it back to standard. And then along here you've got like your play, and that you can see what you can watch your video and see what you've created. You can go through it frame by frame. Then you can like skip to the last frame and go to the previous frame or first frame. and that's very key in After Effects because it's every frame matters, and it's like if you don't get a frame perfect, then it can affect how good it looks. Then you've got like your mute audio things, and then RAM preview is like it's a quick preview before you like render it, and and that's how it will look once it's rendered. And you always have to do a RAM preview before you render, and that's basically to watch through the video. Then over here you've got your composition. You can make new compositions or change the composition settings. So if you're not happy with the frame rate, you could change the frame rate to 30, hit OK on that, and yeah, as well as adding new compositions, you can preview it and things like that. Then you've got your animations, like with your animation presets. This is so you can add in little animations. Your keyframe assist will help you with keyframing the animations, and I've already spoken about keyframing. And if you make a mistake here, when you have your edit, you've got your history, similar, which is very similar to the Photoshop one, or you can just go undo, or and you can like duplicate things here. Then you've got your file where you can make a new project or open an old project. You can save your files and change the names of files. And this is really where you import all your files and bits of video that you need. You can also import recent footage. You say, like the other day I was editing something for digital graphics, and I needed to change the picture I was using, but I needed the picture to be keyframed the same. So I just went to import recent, and then I saved it as the same file name, and it just replaced it. But that's to do with when you like go import, and then you go to import recent, and you can replace it and stuff, which is quite cool. Then here you've got like, this is a bit similar to like Illustrator, where you have the tools like down the side here, but except it's up here. You've got your text, your horizontal text tool. You've got your brush tool, your clone stamp tool for your pixels, your eraser tool to rub out any mistakes. You've got your rotary brush tool, so you can change like the way your strokes are. You've got your zoom in. It's just your basic tools, and then as already mentioned, if you get stuck or aren't good with a layout, you can change the layout here. Also, you've got more tools down here that I haven't mentioned. Like over here, this is how you edit and add stuff in 3D. You've got your 3D layer. You've got an adjustment layer, which are important when you're editing and manipulating layers. And you need that when adding effects, like a shadow effects. Then you've got your FX, which is like your special effects, and you can turn off effects or turn them back on. You've got your stopwatch, which does your keyframing, like here. And then when you add well, I've already mainly spoken about keyframes, and you can add your keyframes. You've got your hide layers, and you can just focus on one specific bit of footage at a time and things like that. And I guess that sums up pretty much the layout of After Effects. I hope this tutorial has helped.